A man who does not set boundaries is a man who silently agrees to be disrespected. The world doesn't honor passivity, and neither do women. Respect isn't something you demand with words. It's something you command with presence. In a time where confusion replaces clarity in modern relationships, one truth remains eternal. Women don't fall in love with weak men. They admire men who lead themselves, with discipline, values, and unshakable boundaries. And the greatest men in history, they knew this. Marcus Aurelius ruled not just an empire, but also his own impulses. Epictetus, born a slave, taught the world how to be internally free. Seneca reminded us that he who is brave is free. So today we dive into 5 Stoic boundaries. Not just to be respected by women, but to be respected by yourself. 1. Don't compromise your purpose for her attention. A Stoic man is a man of mission. Women are drawn to purpose and not neediness. If you begin to orbit her world and abandon your own, she may enjoy the attention at first, but eventually she will lose respect for you. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "A man must stand erect, not be kept erect by others." If your purpose bends every time she wants you to, you're no longer a leader, you're a follower. And no woman truly respects a man who follows her emotionally, especially when it comes at the cost of his own dreams. Set a boundary. Your goals, vision, and inner calling come first, because when a man walks his path, he becomes magnetic, not by chasing, but by becoming. Your mission is not a hobby, it's your backbone. Lose that and everything else starts to fall apart. She may test you. She may ask for more of your time, more of your energy, more of your identity. But if she sees you hold the line, not with anger, but with quiet conviction, that's when her admiration deepens. Because deep down, she doesn't want to lead you. She wants to follow a man who knows exactly where he's going. 2. Do not tolerate disrespect in any form. Stoicism is not passivity, it's composure. Many men misunderstand Stoicism as emotional numbness, as if being calm means accepting mistreatment. But Stoicism is strength under control, not weakness in disguise. Seneca said, "You should not be angry at those who offend you, but neither should you keep them close." If she speaks to you with contempt, mocks your values, violates your trust, and you stay silent, you are teaching her how to treat you. A boundary here is simple. Calmly call it out. Respectfully walk away when needed. Never trade your dignity for temporary peace. When you tolerate disrespect once, you give it permission to grow roots, and once it's rooted, it spreads fast. What begins as a sarcastic comment becomes an insult. What starts as teasing becomes passive aggression. Women don't lose respect for men who argue. They lose it for men who collapse. Hold your ground with calmness, not rage. Let your boundaries speak louder than your emotions. Don't chase validation from her or anyone. The Stoics believed that virtue, not opinion, was the true measure of worth. If your happiness is determined by her mood, her reply time, her approval, then you've handed your power away. Women respect men who can stand in their own certainty. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." What he meant was this: live by principle, not applause. When you constantly seek validation, you slowly become a puppet, pulled by emotional strings you don't control. Your self-image becomes fragile, cracking with every moment of silence or disapproval. But the man who sets a boundary and says, "I don't need your validation to feel whole," is the man who begins to radiate quiet power. That kind of man doesn't just attract attention, he commands respect. You don't chase her because you chase excellence. You don't beg to be seen, I see, because your presence already speaks. The validation you need? It comes from within. And when she sees that, she knows you're not like the rest. 4. Never explain your standards, just live them. A Stoic doesn't argue about his values, he embodies them. You don't need to justify your discipline. You don't need to convince anyone why you live the way you do. When you live by principle, the right people will understand, and the wrong ones will remove themselves. Let's be clear, your standards may seem too much for some women. You might be called cold, controlling, or unavailable. Let them talk. Because the right woman, she won't just accept your standards, she'll admire them. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." This boundary isn't loud. It doesn't demand recognition. It simply is. You wake up early, you train, you don't drink excessively, you don't tolerate drama, you speak with purpose, you say no and without guilt. These aren't negotiable. They are part of who you are. You don't announce them, you live them. And those who can't handle it, they disqualify themselves. Let your life filter out what your words never have to. 5. Protect your emotional peace like it's sacred. Your peace is your kingdom. Guard it. Not every fight deserves your energy. Not every emotional storm needs your response. If she's trying to provoke, manipulate, or guilt you, and you react every time, you've given her control over your state. But if you remain centered, calm, focused, she begins to realize this man cannot be moved easily. The Stoic path teaches detachment, not indifference. Seneca said, "No man is free who is a slave to his emotions. You don't yell, you don't chase, you don't panic, you remain still, like a mountain in a storm." That doesn't mean you don't feel. It means your feelings don't own you. Set a clear boundary. Your emotional peace is non-negotiable. You do not welcome chaos. You do not participate in drama. And if someone brings it to your doorstep, you close the door. Over time, that stability becomes magnetic. She knows, consciously or unconsciously, that you are the safe space not just for her, but for yourself. So many men try to earn respect by pleasing, by giving in, by being agreeable. But true respect, especially from women, comes from boundaries, from having a spine, from being grounded in values, from walking away from what insults your soul. The Stoics didn't teach alpha or beta. They taught virtue, clarity, and control. They didn't teach how to win someone over. They taught how to win yourself back. If you want to be respected by women, don't ask for it. Live in such a way that disrespect cannot survive around you. Speak less, hold more. Give freely, but not at the cost of yourself. Love deeply, but only from a place of strength. And always remember, the man who respects himself first will never beg for respect from anyone else.